it's 6 p.m. I'll call the meeting to order. Clerk may have a roll call and an establishment of a quorum.
Isaiah Crowell.
Here.
Mary Beth Shaw. Barb Stotts.
Here,
Matt Crowell. Here. Dylan Helmenstein.
Here.
Angie Wolf.
Did you hear both of them right here?
yes, Angie and Mary Beth both said yes. They are zooming in. I have proof of posting. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on that? Hearing done. Isaiah?
Yes.
Mary Beth? Mike?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Dylan?
Yes.
Angie? And I vote yes as well. No public input, I say we forever,
Yep.
assuming.
Save some paper.
Awesome.
Use it again.
Right. Do I have a motion to approve the Board of Education meeting minutes of June 24th, 2024?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on that? Hearing done. Isaiah?
Yes.
Mary Beth? Mike?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Dylan?
Yep.
Angie? I vote yes as well. Do I have a motion to approve the payroll accruals and disbursements?
So moved.
Second.
Any question on anything?
I don't have a comment, I just want to appreciate the inclusion in the second report where everything is organized by alphabetical vendor.
So for future, Rachel wanted to know which way do you want her to do it?
I struggle to understand it when it's ordered by check number, because it flows, and so I would find it more helpful to either always see it by vendor, and one of 7 board members, or by size of the payment. So,
I agree. I don't think that's unreasonable.
Yeah.
I agree. Because it makes it easier to digest.
It's
You
a
know where your
visual
hotspots are.
cue.
yeah.
So, because otherwise you're sifting through, so that makes total sense.
But which way? Vendor or size?
I'd rather size.
Yeah, I think so.
Size?
Size.
Size would be preferable. Do
Okay.
you want to start least to most least?
Most of these.
Okay.
Okay, I'll let her know.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, anything further? Hearing done. Isaiah?
Yes.
Mary Beth? Mike?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Dylan?
Yep.
Angie?
Yep.
Okay, I vote yes as well. Reports, I just want to welcome Michelle tonight, first meeting, woo-hoo. We'll get a roll on to our other admin reports. While also noting that our new admin team is getting a fresh, hot start in their positions. So we are not full slated for, an hour of reporting tonight. So Kelly, thank you for offering some feedback if you want to chat about what you offered.
Sure.
I think what,
Can I
oh,
interrupt?
yeah.
So we talked about, for reporting wise, it'd be nice if people that were doing the reports would come to the table and give their report, so then people out virtually could see them and possibly hear them better. And I think it would be sitting here possibly, is that?
We can bring another chair for here when Mary Beth's here, we can sit at the
Yeah.
bottom.
If
All
that's
right.
okay.
I can bring my computer.
Right, we
so I
yeah,
can
got
log
these
in.
talked about that, yeah.
In the future, I will.
So Kelly is on the way up.
I was gonna say, you can sit here, Kelly. I can go over. You can sit here. so-
No, no.
Okay.
We were debating whether the podium was too formal.
I'm happy to help you try it out and you can give feedback.
Yeah, we're just,
Yeah, I think right here is great because you're next to the microphone.
Right, that's true.
Okay. All right. Well, really, my highlights are just that it is summer and there are still so many things happening, and it's been great to have such great planning meetings with parents, with staff members, with our continuing to think about like how we're going to rearrange with losing baby, and then also looking at losing Heather to a fabulous role. She's already very much enjoying cooking, and I see a great apron picture today. So really, there's just a lot of behind-the-scenes work that's happening that's been great to to really think about how we're going to have the best start for next year. Besides that, in special education, there are zillions of ways you're going to monitor data and progress and be accountable for student learning, and so that often happens in the summer where we're updating a bunch of different indicators with DPI. Huge thanks to Amanda for contacting some of our graduates to see what they are up to, and Becky Schutz and Abby for working on showing the growth at those really early levels. Besides that, summer school, what ahead, as always. I know Sarah got to walk around and see some of the fun today, so that's nice. And it is just that constant positive energy. So Bev is a great front office person helping us navigate attendance and the frequent teacher questions, and Jessica's doing just a wonderful job. Any questions for you?
Kelly's doing wonderful too.
Yeah, thank you.
You're doing great. Well, next, and we're going
Okay,
down to the podium.
awesome.
I think you're the
All
next
right.
person to try the podium.
Make sure it's in camera view. She teed that one up. Very good, this way down. Thanks, Derek. Yeah.
So, this is a very short and a brief financial update where I didn't want to give a year-to-date report 8 days into July and to close out an entire fiscal year in basically one workday. It's a little unrealistic, so I didn't want to give an unclear picture to the board, but I've kind of done some work getting a good start on that. Rachel's doing a lot of work as well, and Bev kind of with the payroll side, we're kind of making sure everything's tying out to where it should be and getting ready for our audit. The one piece I told you I would bring is kind of an update on where we anticipate the Fund 46 transfer to be, which is the transfer kind of based on how the year ended into the capital projects funds to use for the 10-year kind of projects on the 10-year capital project plan. We're anticipating to be substantially above our budgeted number for kind of two reasons. One is we had some maintenance projects that didn't hit before the June 30th kind of cutoff date, so we have to kind of move them into the next fiscal year, even though they're happening starting a day later in July. It's just how the accounting system works, so we have to transfer that money into Fund 46 and pay for them out of there instead of out of our operating budget in Fund 10. And the other piece is that our high-cost transportation aid came in roughly $160,000 over budget, so to the good side. I could not explain to you why. That number is calculated based on how our 22-23 transportation costs compare to the rest of the state, and you get aided on anything your district has above 40% of the statewide average. So we had costs above that, and we got aided fully on those costs, just like everybody else that had those costs. It's not a good thing to have that high of a transportation cost compared to the state, but we got additional aid to kind of offset that cost. But we were anticipating a lot less, and that money can be kind of repurposed and used. So it was a good budget development versus the other way.
Right.
So.
I suppose the market's just so variable, labor shortages or weird things happening.
And going year over year, this was kind of the
Yeah.
first year that the double routes hit
Right.
as well. So
Mhm.
kind of that hit and kind of impacted those costs, so now we can hopefully anticipate and
Mhm.
look at that moving forward.
Saying like next year, budget this,
Yeah,
Paying this
in our
need.
revenue side, so we have a clearer picture on kind of how the year might end, or how we could have used this for opportunities for kids throughout the year.
and so the double routes, the double routes is the expensive part because we have buses going twice, other school districts
Right.
have going once. Okay, makes sense.
Then kind of other things, we're kind of doing year-end grant claims, transportation report was due to DPI, and just kind of prepping for the audit, and also kind of working on the Skyward accounting system to ensure that the new staff have correct account groups and access set up for requisitions. I know I have a list of people to kind of get requisition set up for, as Sarah's probably laughing at me. a little bit. How do I buy stuff? Or how do I order stuff? So I'm working on getting those set up as well, kind of on the back end of your accounting system. Any questions? Comments, concerns?
Thanks, Derek.
Thank you.
Shall we get on to the pictures?
I can just stay right here. Fantastic. Well, I put this, I think Bev sent it out today too, or put it, uploaded it for you, but I have, as my report, just to kind of check in with my entry plan, my 100-day entry plan. So if you look at that, I think I also included, if I did the packets here, 2 letters that are going to be going out, one to community members and parents and one to staff. So basically highlighting kind of what my goals have been or what they will continue to be in the next 3 months. So really it's stemming around relationship building, getting and gaining familiarity of district, just policies and procedures and the lay of the land, all of it. And then looking at just the high quality instruction we have already established in our district and how to maintain that and create energy around that. And then just more strategies to engage students in growth and connection. So if you look at that entry plan, so some of the key things that, I mean, I've only been here 3 days, or 4 days, really.
Seems like a lot longer.
Last week was a short week. And the great part was that the whole team came in on July 1st, which was awesome. But I felt like those first couple days, we did a lot of, I think Dale and Kelly as well, running and helping, trying to give people what they needed to get settled in their spaces, and actually it was all hands on deck. It was fantastic. Everyone was so just wonderful at helping us all out, which has been really great. Prior, I had probably a little bit more of a head start than some of our other administrators because I was hired earlier, and so I had a chance to start meeting with a lot of you. I've met with already, I had one-on-ones. Isaiah, I still have to schedule one with you. I've had those one-on-ones with other community members. Today I just met with the Jim Hartman. Cartman, Jim.
Have you ever heard him go by the name Jim?
Oh.
I haven't. It threw me.
Yeah.
He told her
Well, not in this
she could-
community college.
No, but he told her that
Yeah.
he goes by Jim.
Yeah.
So I'm like, guess it's Jim Hartman.
Really?
So like,
His first name is Officer.
Jimmy.
she said I could call him Jim. I was like, really? So anyway, went with
I was like, I've known him for a while, that never came up.
met with local law enforcement just to look at kind of what they saw as, things that were going really well and where some opportunities of growth could be around school safety and working with our kiddos. And so we have some things already in place. We have a team that's going to be going to the Dane County Crisis Conference that basically looking at a lot of the work that's done right now is around I Love You Guys program. And so we're going to be sending a team there. That team will come back. Actually, Kelly, Dale, and I, Sarah, I think you got back to me as well. So, and I think hopefully Liz and Tom will go, and Beth is going to go. We'll bring that back in August and then meet with our local law enforcement to come up with a plan that will then implement and train our staff prior to school starting. So hopefully having a whole new crisis intervention plan for the district by that time. Looking at communication, that's another thing that has been key the last 3 days, just looking at website and getting our phones figured out. Thank goodness for Dale getting after that today. We're just getting all of us access to put our own messages on our phones so people know where they're calling. But one of the things that we're doing is, and you may have seen it, so there already is a district administrator landing page, so I have my welcome on there and my entry plan, but then I've asked all the administrators to do the same. So Sarah just got hers into me, so you'll see that on all of the landing pages, so we're gonna hopefully do some more around that, as well as getting information out in newsletters and things to all sorts of folks. Let's see, one other thing is that communication student voice piece. So on Wednesday, we're having the middle and high school student council kids come in and they're gonna do a student voice summit with myself and just talk about what they see as opportunities, challenges and opportunities for the future, and then they're gonna do some really cool work around marketing and create some spirit wear for our school and make something that they're gonna give to staff members on their first day when they come back. So that's on Wednesday. Just trying to think of other things I've done. So, and then just really taking some deep breaths around, we have lots of things we're gonna talk about in coming up with Title IX and policy work and things like that. So I've had even chances to meet with our local legal counsel already and Neola rep, so there's been a lot on my plate the last 3 days, but it's been fantastic. It's been awesome, and I've loved every minute of it. So, any questions? Oh, and then I have this by your places too. This is hot off the presses, but we've scheduled a community meet and greet for all of our administrative team to be here. July 31st, from 2 to 4 will be for staff members to come in, and then from 4 to 6 will be for community members. So there will be something that's going to go out this week. Email, we're also going to hand these out locally, put them up in places for people to see, and hopefully get some folks here at the end of the month to build some connections. So I think that's it for right this minute. Any questions?
I love it. I also really appreciate, just wanted to mention it, the way that you are talking about the whole administrative team, and just say thank you to Dale and Kelly for helping where you are with the transition too. I think, Kelly, was your first year last year?
Yes.
And then Dale, you obviously went to the principal role and then came back, and so just having this is the administrative team and let's meet them, I think is just awesome. Really appreciate that.
We got a great one.
Great, thanks, Michelle. I think that's it, right? Okay. We are going to move on to our district business, 5.1, under our curriculum, goals, and standards tonight. We have the attached items for review that will be approved at our next July meeting. And Dale's gonna present. Ish, or, yeah. Okay. So we're gonna have to have a special chair now.
No, a couple of these we do in July every year. So the first one on the list was our Wisconsin Educational Standards, so nothing has changed there. We made a few adjustments a few years ago, but that just rolls. That's exactly what we've done in the last couple of years. One addition to that, just some additional information, I put a link on there for our core resources at the elementary level. Last summer, I was working on that. I will finish the middle high schools sometime this summer. Got sidetracked a bit in August. Didn't quite get it finished for middle high school, but we'll have that post online, I would say early part of the school year. But anyone have any questions on that piece? So that's a requirement. We have to do that every summer. The next piece, annual notice, really, that's not mine. I think that's just something that we have to post. But I did want to talk a little bit about the academic and career plan. We did work on that plan 2 years ago, updated it, put a committee together. With the transitions and everything last year, committee did not consistently meet. So I reached out to all those committee members, and the plan this year is just to roll over what we had in place last year. So in parentheses, you know, it just, I continued from 23, 24. And I know, you know, one of the things, it's really not outlined directly in the plan, but we had a big push for more youth apprenticeships this past year. It doesn't outline that directly in the ACP plan, but that's what we're doing in practice. So that's going to continue. We're going to continue to push on that. August 13th and 14th, I'm going with Kim Hauser, Chris Hopper, and Heather Schomburg to the Wisconsin Career Readiness Summit. Excuse me. That's in the Dells, but that's the state summit, and a lot of good information there. So looking forward to spending 2 days with that group.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll.
That's a fun
obviously-
group.
We'll, you know, that'll be a great way to just kick off the year.
Yeah.
So then hopefully, prior to the school year, take the information we've learned there, and we'll bring that to our first committee meeting, which hopefully will happen before school starts. So, question about the ACP plan?
I just thank you for that, because that's been a huge priority of ours, and it takes diligent work to maintain and follow up a committee structure like that, and so the fact that you've highlighted that and noted that that's important, thank you.
It is, yeah, that was one of our, my first year as the curriculum director,
Yeah.
K-12, we got that rolling,
Right.
we had some things in place, got some things planned, kind of did some, others just got set to the back burner, but we'll bring those back, we'll reorganize, and we'll go on that again. We're excited about that.
I was wondering, like, with the grade 12 stuff, it's like, because I've had a couple, I have a senior this year and one just graduating. Is there like, maybe there's a possibility some future date for like a parent panel or something like that from kids who've graduated? So they can answer questions about the FAFSA process, what they've experienced, tricks, tips, things like that. And I don't know, maybe that's shooting way over the top.
And we brought former students in.
Oh, okay.
We've had some,
Then never
we
mind.
talked about that. But we've just been inconsistent over the years. And sometimes it's like, oh, we have good connections, and so we make those phone calls. But that's something that we could try to incorporate,
Okay.
where we traditionally
If it
bring
fits.
in those,
If it fits on.
because, yeah, that's a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is.
Right.
And so just reassuring, and I think our counseling department too, can help us with that too. So, yeah, those are all on our radar, so it's a great idea. Human growth and development, this is on the agenda tonight, really because in our email blast from Neola, things change at the state level. It used to be state statute, I had to be reviewed every 3 years. That's no longer the case.
We did not too long ago, right? Has it
In
been?
2021, it was approved, May of 2021. So we've had,
That's right, yeah.
we've had 2 school years where we implemented this plan. So we will take a look at it again this coming school year in the 3rd year. I'll reassemble the advisory committee. Timing's perfect for us to do this with the new rules at the state level. We can put this right in our textbook adoption rotation. Matches up perfectly with the student services cycle because they're up this coming school year. And of the staff members that helped develop this plan, there's only one of those staff members left in the district, so.
You're it.
And we'll seek input again, the high school, it was called a social justice group, provided really good input last go round. So I'm not sure if that group is still active and performing, but that will reach out to the students at appropriate times throughout the school year. So that's why this is on there, and I thought it was a good time to just kind of bring that back up front and let you know we're working through some of those things. Any questions about that? Also with the New Admin team, we are, 5 of us are going to the PLC Institute in Madison, end of July, so July 24th through 26th. It's the same dates as Michelle's, she's at the legal conference, but our group committed, so it'll be good to spend 2.5 days with that group learning about the PLCs. And I think it'll be a good relationship building time too for us. Any other questions for me?
In the past, when you've kind of orchestrated a school-wide goal, does that start already now, or this is for context with the new admin and rolling in of like when that starts?
It starts when we get our state data.
Okay,
So kind of waiting on
okay.
forward exam
Yep.
results to get in.
Mhm.
And then when we get our numbers, then of course the school report card. And that, it just takes a while for us to get that. So once we get that data, then we get organized. And we'll work together as a team just how that plays out. But we'll get together and have our school leadership teams meet as we've done in the past. So we have penciled, I think it's August 19th, that Monday. We'll spend a day putting our plans together. So.
Any other questions for Dale? Awesome, thanks Dale.
Good, thank you. Thank you.
Good stuff. All right, 5.2 policy. Michelle has an update on some new Title IX changes.
Absolutely. Well, that was one thing that I learned about on Monday when I
First day.
came, my first day. So I knew a little bit of it prior to that, but, so basically where we sit right now, so like I said, we had some drafts from Neola already, so that's who we work with, obviously with our board policies. And so I worked with Matt, from Neola and met with him for a couple hours to really look at how that would look in our district. And then ultimately, we needed to send it to Shayna, so who's our legal counsel. But because of right now it has to be passed by August 1st, so that was the dilemma, and that hasn't changed, even though they gave us lots of legislation that we needed to look over. So we still had that short time frame. So when I met with Shayna on Wednesday, she said that she recommended that we vote, and I think that's in here, a motion to not have the second reading, to only have a first reading the next time we have the board meeting, because there's just not enough time for us to really come up with the policy that best reflects what we want in our district. And she said that's what most districts are doing right now, is because there's just simply not enough time. So right now, I met with Neola again today. So Shayna gave us some of her, what she thought needs to change in our policies based on our work with our district. Gave those to Neola, met with Matt today, we made those changes, and then on Monday of next week, I'm meeting with Shayna again to finalize all of it. I know Barb will be a part of that meeting as well. And then hopefully we will have it finalized. I will hopefully then be bringing some things to the board retreat for questions and things that folks might have around it. And then we will have the first reading at the next board meeting.
So when it's on the formal agenda, it will be up for a vote.
Oh,
Right.
sorry, yes, it will be up for a vote, yes.
So
So it's first and
unconventionally,
second.
Yes,
there
there's a first
isn't
and second.
a formal first and second reading at two
Yes.
different, because of the cram timeline. But because we think we'll have some information, we're gonna go through it next week, just so that we all have a time to discuss and look as somewhat of a first reading before it's formally adopted on the agenda at the end of the month for a vote.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot there. Good? Any other questions? Okay, more to come. All right, then.
Well,
Oh, okay.
oh, it's later,
It's
sorry.
6.1,
Sorry.
yeah, I mean, it's right now. So, 6.1, in our policy, do I have a motion to approve the suspension of a double reading for the Title IX policy?
So moved.
Second.
Any other questions on that? Okay, hearing done. Isaiah?
Yes.
Mary Beth? Mike?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Dylan?
Yes.
Angie? I vote yes as well. District business, a couple new hires, some spec ed EAs. Welcome Brianna and Lynette, that's exciting. New staff members, so do I have a motion to combine 7.1 and 7.2?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions on that? Hearing done. Isaiah?
Yes.
Mary Beth? Mike?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Dylan?
Yep.
I vote yes. Angie? Okay, I vote yes as well. All right, moving on to 8.1, future meeting dates. So just a reminder, next Monday, for workshops, scheduled at 5:30 p.m. And then a second workshop in August to make note of. Time's flying.
District office, right?
Yeah, for now,
Oh.
district office, conference room.
Yeah,
Unless-
that's the 2025 one's on
Oh,
there. And 20, next, did you, for your scheduling?
yeah,
Oh,
you're right.
it's
Look at
5:30.
that, the entire.
No, the 2025 dates.
Whole year.
are
The
on there.
whole year.
Okay. I can't remember.
Nice, nice work, though. All right, any other questions then on that? All right, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
No, it's exciting when someone else.
Sorry.
Isaiah,
Yes.
Mary Beth? Okay, Mike,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Dylan,
Yeah.
Angie? I vote yes as well. Thanks, everyone.